Welcome to this video on experimental design. Whether you're a scientist or a student of science, you're likely familiar with this term. An experimental design is a plan that determines how treatments are assigned to plots in an experiment. In this video, we'll discuss why an experimental design is necessary, the factors to consider when designing an experiment, and the cardinal rule of choosing the simplest design. Why you need an experimental design. There are several reasons why an experimental design is important. Firstly, it provides an estimate of experimental error, which is critical when interpreting experiment results. Secondly, it increases precision, particularly in blocking experiments. Thirdly, it provides the necessary information for statistical tests of significance and construction of interval estimates. Lastly, it facilitates the application of treatments, particularly cultural operations, such as in split-plot experiments. Factors to consider in experimental design. Several factors must be considered when designing an experiment. First, physical and topographic features must be taken into account as they can influence treatment distribution and the resulting experiment outcomes. Second, soil variability must be considered as it can impact crop yields and animal growth. Third, the number and nature of treatments are important as they determine the complexity of the design. Fourth, the experimental material, whether it's a crop, animal, pathogen, etc., needs to be considered. Fifth, the duration of the experiment and the machinery to be used are essential factors. Finally, the size of the difference to be detected, significance level to be used, experimental resources, and cost, money, time, personnel, must be taken into account. The cardinal rule. When designing an experiment, it's crucial to choose the simplest experimental design that will provide the required precision within the available resources. This is known as the cardinal rule of experimental design. It means that the design should be as simple as possible without sacrificing the precision of the results. Conclusion. Experimental designs are necessary for ensuring the validity and accuracy of scientific experiments. In this video, we discussed why an experimental design is necessary, the factors to consider when designing an experiment, and the cardinal rule of choosing the simplest design. By following these guidelines, scientists can ensure that their experiments are robust and provide meaningful results. That's all for this video on experimental design. We hope you found it informative and useful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more educational content like this. Thank you for watching.